Canada went through the financial crisis of the last 5 years in a much better way than most countries around the world. And it did so because it had been prepared over many years in advance of the financial crisis. The steps that were taken between 2008 and 2013 were well done by Canadian authorities and Canadian governments, but the real trick was in the 10 and 15 years prior to the financial crisis. The country had put itself in a very strong financial position. Governments were not in positions of deficit. Debt levels at the government level were relatively low. When you looked at the individual situation in Canada, Canadians were not over-levered. Canadians didn't have extreme mortgages with very high ratios of debt to the home value. You had a conservatism that existed at both the government level and at the private level that meant that when the crisis came in 2008, we were strong, we were on solid footing, and we were able to weather the storm. The analogy can be made to Power Financial. Power Financial went through the financial crisis with really very, very few negative impacts. We were very noteworthy on that basis. In fact, our largest subsidiary, Great-West Lifeco, was the only major publicly listed life insurance company in the world that did not get downgraded by either Standard & Poor's or Moody's through the financial crisis. We went through this crisis in a very rock-solid position. But again, it's the same answer as to why Canada went through so strongly. It wasn't because we were so brilliant in 2008 and 2009 and 2010. We probably made some good decisions, but it was really all of the financial prudence in the 15 years prior that meant when the crisis came, we were well prepared. And I draw a third analogy because it goes to the core of what our business is. When we talk to our clients, it's about financial planning. Plan through your life, get ready through your life so that you are in a financially secure position when you are no longer working. You don't do that in the 2 or 3 years prior to retirement. You do it through a long-term plan, and then you'll be ready. And if you don't, you won't be ready. It's all the same thing.